We
Good
are
evening.
live. Good evening. We're live.
We're live. Like we've been dead until this very second. And now we're alive.
All of a sudden.
All of a sardine.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are we talking about tonight?
David Murphy and Shanti Niven with you tonight on Talk Talk. And tonight's subject is sleeping with someone. Now, I was going to say sleeping with your spouse for the first time, but this no longer applies with people living together. And I mean, people sleep with each other for all sorts of reasons. And so, but it is quite an adjustment to go from being single in a bed all on your own, especially when I've got a big bed. And the funny thing is, I always sleep right on the end. I won't give away Lofi's secrets, but anyway, we'll get into that.
Thanks. You forgot to introduce our producer, Ellie.
And let's introduce our producer, Ellie Ramirez, who is waiting on the sidelines to get all of your comments, quips, and queries. So people, as soon as you arrive and you're hearing us or seeing us, just say hi. Just say, hey, it's John, or hey, it's Mary, or whatever, so we can greet you. And then share your...
We want to say hi, too.
Yeah. And isn't there David looking handsome tonight, isn't he?
Aw, thanks. Aww. Isn't Shanti looking beautiful tonight?
That wasn't actually a hint for you too.
Oh, I thought you were trying to tell me.
What? Are you trying to say I don't look beautiful?
No. You look great. I like the little... I'm going to wear a necklace, too. I always wear just black.
But you see how he went off? Okay, he took the cue and he says, you look great. And then he went and screwed it up. Completely.
I did?
Yep. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Stephen. Yeah.
Promise.
Hey, I was saying that.
Stephen Leapley's in the house.
He is.
So today we've had this sort of bantering backwards and forwards, myself and David Lofi, because something happened over the weekend and he's just like, the hell with it. I'm tired of being the nice guy. I'm just gonna.
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
A-hole. I mean, now it's called an a-hole. I might as well be an a-hole. It's all good. Hey, Jill, how are you?
Hey, Jill. Yeah, and welcome to everybody who's arriving right now. You're on Talk with us, and we're talking about sleeping with someone. Just said sleeping with the enemy, but then I sleep with Maggie, and she's not the enemy. She's very cute.
Yeah, I sleep with my dogs.
Yeah.
Or they sleep with me. Hey, Jan, how are you?
Hi, Jen. Now, here's an interesting little factoid. Where I come from in South Africa, the name spelled Jan is pronounced Jan. It is a ya.
What's a doo-doo?
Doo-doo. Doo-doo is to sleep.
Did you tell your doo-doo story? Your doo-doo story would be good here.
Story last time.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I'll share it again. I mean, I don't mind. But yeah, in South Africa, doo-doo means sleep.
Hey, Alicia.
Oh, Dan Peterson says it's true. Dan is hot. Hey, you're not supposed to speak Dan.
Wow, thanks. I get it from everywhere.
Well, I've got to tell you, Dan's hot too. We have a lot of hot people in our group.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We have a lot of hot, beautiful people. A lot of good people. Wow.
Yeah, now people, what I really love is how supportive and caring everybody is towards one another.
I agree 100%. I go through here, everybody's got comments on other people. If people have questions, other people are trying to help them work through their stuff. That's something I think is great about our group is the fact of that, is that it's a place where people can come together and kind of, give their concerns about the world and what's going on with them. Yeah. And then get answers from other people, maybe even get some humor out of it. We have a lot of humor, a lot of laughs on our page.
Games. Fun.
A lot of games. I liked our game earlier.
We did. It was a few interesting turnouts right there.
Yeah. I couldn't believe some of those. Those are hilarious.
Elisa's online. Elisa. Oh my goodness. Very
hey,
welcome.
Bonnie.
And Bonnie West.
Good evening.
So tonight we're talking about sleeping. Well, if the word is sleeping. Now, we're not going to go into the other stuff that happens in bed. I thought I would share a little story about many years ago when I was in the sort of decorating design business. And I'm talking about many, many years ago. And one of the things I would do is I'd go into people's homes and I would kind of have come up with a vision of what their house should look like. So I was very involved in terms of finishes and how the house would look, right?
Yeah.
And I went into a couple's bedroom with them where we were choosing colors for this couple. And I was showing them color palettes and saying to them, look, we need to go for this kind of palette because you really want to relax in the bedroom. You want to be able to sleep. And you don't want to get excited in the bedroom. And the man looked at me and he said, well, I don't know about you. And I kind of went, oops. You know, sometimes we want to get excited in the bedroom, but not all the time. And he said, he kind of gave me this look.
Because the more excited you can make it, the better.
Right. Okay. Well, I kind of want to sleep when I go to bed. Well, not all, oh, okay. I'm going to stick my foot right in it in a second. Okay. I have sleep problems as it is anyway, so. Okay.
I sleep like a baby.
Yeah, I know. You wake up every few hours and scream.
That's right. My diaper changed.
Okay, so a couple of the things we're going to be sharing tonight is it's difficult when you get married to somebody or you move in with somebody and you get into a bed with them for the first time, because there's a whole lot of things you're going to work out. Like number one thing is what side of the bed you sleep on. People are kind of ritualistic, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear from you guys, by the way. And if you are joining the show, say hi. Also, give us a thumbs up or a love or a smiley face or something like that. Just let us know that you're there. God, we love to get love. And then share with us your stories about anything about sleeping together. So, David, when you slept in the bed, what side was your side?
Well,
when you slept in bed, notice I said when you slept in a bed.
Yeah, it's a whole other story. That was the right side, and I've had a couple.
What is the right side? The right side when you're facing it, or the right side when you're in it, on your back?
When you're in it on your back, the right side. Okay,
so I also sleep on the right side. We're both righties. Hi, Nicole.
Well, okay, so I had a couple shoulder surgeries and on my arm, and one of my girlfriends in the past, we tried to switch sides, and they were like, okay, for like a day or two, and then, they're like, no, you're not gonna. I'm staying on my side. I'm like, what's the deal?
You've had surgery. I know. I would give up my side if that was a situation with my man and he had surgery. He would have to sleep where he's most comfortable. That's mean.
Yeah, it sounds kind of mean.
That is kind of mean.
Wait, I'm having problems with my arm. Hey, Brian.
Hi, Brian. So here's one of our generals, one of our leaders, Brian Leggett, who will be running, by the way, on Saturday at 10 a.m. Our star here, David Murphy, will be going to Fresno, which I wish so much I could go to because it's so awesome and cool up there. And I would love to have gone, but I'm going to be speaking in Santa Monica on Saturday at this big business accelerator. Very excited to do that. And what's very exciting about that as well is I've got Richard Dreyfuss, who's going to be a guest speaker there, and a whole bunch of celebrities and poo-poos and just little old me. And then, okay, you're on Talk Talk. You're on Talk Talk with Shanti Niven and David Lofi. And today we're talking about sleeping with someone, all the challenges, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The kind of stuff that happens when you get into bed with a new person and you've got to, okay, we all know the sex part, okay? Hanky panky. But it's the actual sleeping that when you go doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Hello, Jeffrey. Okay, so let's get a little bit of a survey going. People,
well, I want to go back to
what side of the bed do you sleep on?
Okay, but I want to go back to the Fresno event. It's on 1137 East Champlain Drive in Fresno. If you're in the Fresno area, come. It's from 10 o'clock to 12. Have some coffee. We get to meet. It's going to be a fun time. I just wanted to
David's going to be there. It's going to be a really fun time because David's going to be
at the Yellow Mug Cafe, which I guess is a new coffee shop there.
Okay, and David will be walking around with a photograph of me.
That's right. We're going to have, this is Shanti.
I feel like I'm there.
And then I'll go, oh, hello, how are you? I sound just like Shanti.
Oh, you do not. You could do always FaceTime me in or something.
Okay.
Daniel, I've missed you, Daniel. We don't have likes anymore. What we have to do, because we decided to stop competing with the hearts and the likes. So just Just give us some love, Daniel, and I
So
will
it
read
looks like
back.
all the guys are answering. It says Stephen Leapley, he likes to sleep the side closest to the door. Jeffrey
Why is that, Stephen?
Oistra,
Wait a minute.
he likes to sleep
Stephen
on the right
Leapley,
side.
if your wife's being a bitch, is that you want to make a quick escape?
Right. John Blythestone says he sleeps on the side that is the side of the bed is very important.
He said the side of bed is very important. Which side you sleep
Right.
on? I said,
What side, though?
what side you sleep on?
And Daniel says he
Like
sleeps in the middle.
Where does your wife sleep, Daniel?
She must be the black area of the picture. He's got the big white area.
Okay, survey girls and boys. We need you to tell us what side of the bed you sleep on and why. We want to know why. I sleep on the right side because it's furthest from the door. I always think the man should sleep by the door, so that if the intruder comes in, he gets killed first. I mean, and I still sleep on the right side because I've been trained that way.
Kathy Schaefer says she sleeps on the left side.
There we go.
He was regulated
right
for
for
decades.
decades.
Didn't like it.
There we go.
I was kind of regulated for the right for a decade myself. It's kind of like, hey,
I know that
she had
mean ex of yours. That mean woman. We're gonna get a pussy together and go over it. Okay, so Daniel.
On the other side, Daniel says.
He sleeps in the middle. I said, where does your wife sleep? And he says, on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the other side to the middle?
Pick a side, right or left.
So I was doing a little survey and asking people which side they sleep on, and somebody said, I sleep on my wife's side. Like, what does that mean? He said,
They like to spoon.
I'm sleeping on that side.
I had this girl that never spooned. She hated spooning. The only person in my life that wouldn't spoon. It was very weird for me. It's kind of like hurtful to me. It hurt my feelings. That
hurt, Okay, so
it's like you're trying to spoon and they're like, no, it's hot or it's whatever.
Oh my goodness, temperature regulation problems. Daniel says his wife actually sleeps in another room. There is a recent scientific study done that says that couples should possibly sleep in different beds, and it's actually better for their sleep and all sorts of things. I think when you're together with someone, I'm the cuddliest bunny in the world. I love to be in someone's arms. So I like to kind of cuddle cradled in a person's arms. And then sometimes you spoon him or I would spoon him, or the other way around. So
I don't like that as much. I like to spoon. I like to spoon her. Mm.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the person, and it depends on the situation. Like straight after lovemaking and you're kind of in the glow, it's kind of nice to be held in the arms, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But my first marriage, okay, true confession time, because David's going to be sharing some shocking stuff tonight. My first marriage, I was very young when I met him. So, I was really about 15 or so when I met him. Really young when I got married. And he was quite a bit older than me. And he was a wonderful, wonderful man. But it was very much like no, I don't want to say it was like marrying my father because that sounds creepy. No, but he just didn't like touch, except for, there was nothing wrong with him intimacy-wise. Sexually, he had Italian blood. He was very hot, but he didn't like to touch because he also had temperature problems. He'd get hot. He'd go, oh, no, I'm hot. And he'd sweat a lot at night and stuff like that. And so in the beginning of our marriage, I used to spend so much time crying because I felt so rejected.
Yeah.
I'd go to bed crying and eventually I just got used to it. So Bonnie says she used to sleep on the right side, but the past 25 years on the left side. Oh, Tom says he needs a cuddle bunny.
Aww.
Oh,
stuffed bunny.
I don't know about you, Lofi, but I am very tactile, I love touch, and I feel like it's really important in a relationship. Daniel says she started that because I snored, except I have not snored over 3 years since I quit smoking. Well, then just get it together, Daniel. Go and get into her bed.
Yeah. Oh, I had a situation, with somebody who didn't matter what I did. In the morning, though, I got it. It was like, you kept me awake all night. I'm like, what?
Okay, so let's just confess. This was your ex-wife, okay? You know this. She used to say, you keep her awake all night snoring. And listen, I've heard you snore because you've stayed over at my place. It's not so bad. You really, you don't cut wood down like my ex-husband used to. He used to saw the forest down.
But I'm not even sure it was that. It's like you moved or you whatever or
Right, she
whatever
also was
it
a
is.
very
So
sensitive sleeper.
I slept downstairs. I was like, I'm not going to take this. I'll sleep on the couch. You know, I'm not going to like every morning I get up, I got to get yelled at. So it wasn't fun.
He'd yell at you?
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd yell at you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really unfair. So first of all, somebody who snores can't help it. So I'm going to tell you a little story about snoring. So my first husband, Gary, now he's dead, so I can tell the story.
Yeah.
Okay, poor Gary. So Gary used to snore quite loudly, actually. And what I would do, I'd never believe in being rude or yelling or whatever, but I would kind of try and gently nudge him to lie on his side because it would always be better on his side.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I'd interrupt him. He'd get kind of grumpy and he'd say, stop that. And then the one day he said, Shanti, there's only one way to cure snoring. And I said, what is that? I was really keen to learn because I was starting to have a problem with lack of sleep. And he says, you have to whistle very softly. And he
Really? Does that work?
You have to go.
Does that work?
Wait, no, I haven't finished the story.
Oh.
So, and he said, you got to keep it up because it kind of reprograms the brain. So that night we go to bed and sure enough, and I start the whole night. And anyway, I go through this the whole night. Didn't work at all. He snored the whole night. Next day I said to him, oh, I'm so tired. I was exhausted. I was whistling the whole night. And he started laughing. I said, I didn't get any sleep. He said, I had a wonderful night's sleep. Thank you.
And a good laugh in the morning. Daniel says he's good as long as he can reach his pistol.
Who said that?
Daniel.
Hi, Christopher Ketwistow. And of course, we said hi, Brian and Goya. Brian Liggett says, when spooning, left side down.
Goya says she loves snoring. She loves to hear snoring.
I'm trying to figure out which way that would be.
She gets her rhythm.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what? I don't care what side I lie on as long as I'm being cuddled. That's really cool. So when, you know, for how many years I was single, well, in my single life, what I would do is I'd prop all the pillows behind me. So I'd feel like there's somebody there. David's also doing it. Okay. We all ran to work it out. Okay, folks, tell us how you like to sleep, spooning, not spooning, butt to butt, cuddled up. Well, how do you like it? And then the big question I'm going to ask you guys now, do you sleep naked, pajamas, T-shirt? David and I are going to share how we sleep.
I want to know this.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to get that. Right arm wrapped over to wrap up and hold.
Right. Okay, David.
What? Oh, well, first off, Christopher says he usually sleeps all around the bed and rolling from right to left.
You're one of those people.
Yeah, but you're on Talk with David Lofi and Shanti Niven. Catch us on our YouTube page. We're here live on Facebook every Wednesday night. In December, we're going to be switching to Thursday nights. We're always on 6 o'clock. You can join or get in the page. Invite your friends to the group. The larger the group, the more fun we have. We're at 2,700 members for 2 months. I think we're doing great. And don't forget to like and share our video and other stuff with other people.
Yeah, we have not only the fastest growing new group on Facebook, but we also have the most active. Our percentage, I can't remember what our percentage was, but our percentage of active members is absolutely extraordinary. So we have a really active group, and it's really cool that we have talks now going for meetup socials all around the world. And we're having one on Saturday in Fresno. So please look that up on our events page. If you want to go and meet David Lofi, who'll be carrying around a photograph of me in his hand. Because I will be speaking in Santa Monica on Saturday at an event. So Daniel
LA Gala, big event.
He says pajamas. I hug Jeffrey. I hug the pillows like there is somebody. I do that too, but I hug my dog. My
How many people at that event? 1,000, 1,500 people?
Mm-hmm.
That event?
We have an extraordinarily high. Okay, I sleep. Goya says, otherwise any other problem. I sleep on a T-shirt, no bottom, works great when spooning. I agree. Now I'll tell you this. Okay, David, I sleep in Jerry's. I've got a little bit of a fear because I've been in one earthquake when I was with my second husband. The first time it was an earthquake. And I got into such a flap. I went running out of the main bedroom. We had a balcony and then a bridge that went into the back property. I went running straight out naked. I'm like running out naked and I'm going, oh my God, I'm holding everything.
Everybody a show, huh?
Yeah. Since then, I would wear a t-shirt and stretch pants kind of thing into bed. I'm sorry, but I prefer to shave.
Where's a sexy nightgown or long dress?
Long dress?
Long dress, yeah.
Okay.
If it's too cold.
Now, there's another reason, Lofi, that you sleep with something on. And the reason for that is that if you don't, you sweat into your sheets and all your skin cells go into your sheets. And all your bodily fluids, your drool and all that kind of stuff. And then your sheets, you don't change them. I don't know. I don't only change mine once a week. How about you?
About once a week, yeah, I wash.
Yeah. So I'd rather wash my jammies or my t-shirt that I normally wear to bed than wash the whole sheets and things.
Yeah, Stephen Leafy said he's either naked or boxers. And I'm a boxers
T-shirt guy, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I always say this because people say, what if you want to have sex? And I always say, you know what? My clothes disappear very quickly.
They come off.
They come off. It's amazing. Like, really. You know, I mean, just stimulate me in the right way. It's amazing. That's
right. They'll just fall right off.
Right.
Add stimulation.
Absolutely. Okay, so one thing I want to share as well is, we'll ask you guys, are you night owls or early birds? Because I'm a night owl, as many of you have probably guessed. Struggle to get up in the morning, love to get up early morning, but for 20 odd years of marriage to Barry, he used to be an early bird. He'd get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get us all of our asses into the gym by 5 o'clock in the morning. And his first words out of his mouth was up, 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 like a freaking drill sergeant. It was terrible. Yeah. So much so that my first child, Candace, was born 3 months old. Her first words were up, up, up. True story.
I tend to get up early. I'm an early.
I know you are.
But I can go to bed like midnight, get up at 6, or 5. Just depends.
Yeah. Nicole says she's a night owl. Christopher Kidristo says only boxes without blankets and pillows. Tim Banford says underwear only for support, and I would want you to sleep that way too. Skin on skin contact is I like something.
Kath says she started wearing something after both of them.
After the earthquake. Listen, Kath has slept with me many times, and no, not with me.
Shanti, I told you we're gonna get shut down by the FCC or something.
What do you mean with me in my bed? I mean, she slept over. Yeah. Kathy says love mornings but rarely sleep. So Kath does sleep over at my place, so I know what she wears.
Right.
Okay.
I know.
John Blaston said, it takes me a couple of hours to wind down. I'm in bed around 10, but not normally asleep until midnight. I know, because I kick you out and talk.
Yeah, sometimes we're on there late. I think a few nights we were on there late.
I like this line.
Somebody was saying something about their phone was dinging and stuff like that. And you can turn off the notifications through Talk. We're a pretty active group. And if you're getting notifications all the time and it's, becomes too much, you can go into the settings and turn off the notifications.
Right. You don't need to get notifications first, but then you need to come in and check out what's going on, because there's always something fun going on at Talk. So I like this line. I'm not an early bird or a night owl. I'm a permanently exhausted pigeon. All right. So tell us more about, so Julie Willett says, this is my first live, y'all. Oh,
hello.
Julie. She says, I'm usually in bed by now, and I'm usually up by 4 a.m. This is such a privilege and an honor to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
So we need to know from you, how do you sleep? Do you sleep, as they say in South Africa, kal hut, which means naked? Or do you wear clothing? If you do, what
do they call it? Kal hut?
Kal hut. You see, guys here can't even say that like we said, like kal hut. Woo, he did it. Kal hut. Okay, you were going to tell all sorts of terrible things about your ex tonight. You were going to reveal, and now you're being all sweet and smiley again.
I know. I just,
Oh, you're such a big softie. Oh, you're such a big softie.
I am. I'm just too nice. So yeah, sure. There were issues definitely sleeping. I mean, it was not good. It was a lot of times. I mean, I slept like a bear, but as far as no, it's like you make a little move. It's like, yeah, choose up. And so for a long time I slept downstairs because of it.
In the recliner.
Yeah. Well, no, on the couch, full couch, but
Oh,
because it was just too much. It was too hard to just deal with that in the morning. It's like, Jesus, so
meanwhile, you're the one who's working, bringing in the bacon.
yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, this might be very wrong of me to say this, because today women and men work and bring in income, and obviously I have always been pretty much the main breadwinner in my relationships, but I have always said that the person who's working or has to get up his income working, really, if the spouse is not working, that person's just got to suck it up. You know what I mean? One of the things that I thought was very interesting is somebody I know very well. His ex-wife had babies, but he was the one working. She didn't have babies, but she would wake him up. He would have to go and pick up the baby and bring the baby to her for nursing. And I thought, how freaking selfish is that? When I was having babies, I went into another room to do that so that my husband could sleep. All right, Jill Bess says 90 since I sleep alone.
Short 90.
Short 90.
So John Blythestone says the best part of my last marriage was the sleeping apart.
Not the sleeping apart.
Possibility. I mean,
he says the best part of marriage is probably the only time she shut up, John.
Probably could have saved the marriage.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a kind of a joke. This dude comes to bed. His wife's already in bed, and he hands her a bunch of Tylenol. And she says, "What's that for?" And he says, "In case you have a headache." She says, "I don't have a headache." And he goes, "Oh, good."
That's funny. Oh, that reminds me of one. I got one. So this guy goes to bed and he's getting all frisky with his wife, moving in. And she goes, "Hey, stop. I have an appointment with the gynecologist tomorrow." The guy sits there and he thinks, and he goes, "Well, do you have an appointment with the dentist?"
It's just bad. Also, she likes to sleep in a t-shirt. I personally think a t-shirt's great to sleep in. I used to sleep in my husband's t-shirts, nice big loose t-shirt, and sort of operate. So I'd get up in the morning and I could make breakfast in my little loose t-shirt and bare feet, and that was cool. I always like to wear, if you're with a man, I like to wear his smell. It feels good. Feels good.
Working man smell, huh? Here's my dirty shirt. Wear this.
No, if he's stinky, it's going to be a problem. I've got a bit of it. I've got a smell thing. I do not. I'll tell you what. Little secret. I love a guy who works physically. There's something so much of a turn on about a guy who's sweaty and a little dirty, and I don't know what it is. It's just kind of very appealing.
All right.
I love when a man works with his hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Know what I mean?
Well, that brings up farting in bed.
Of course you'd have to bring that up. Women don't fart, so.
I know. So I had this girlfriend, and she was telling me a story about her and her friend were having a sleepover, and she told her, "Don't lift the covers." And the other girl was, "Well, why?" Lifts the covers. She's like, "Ah!"
You discovered very quickly.
Why not to lift the covers?
If it was a man that she was sleeping with, she would rather die and blow up and implode than do that. We women are funny in that way.
Yeah.
John says he has a question. Go fire right ahead. And Tanya says she can sleep through anything. If the snoring is entirely too loud, she rolls him on his side, problem solved. Now, here was a little tip that I learned, because I want to know your tips for stopping snoring. One of the things I was told is to pick a clothes peg and put it into the back of your husband's t-shirt. And then when he rolls onto his back, it gets, like obviously the clothes peg is uncomfortable. Then he rolls back onto his side, see? And that apparently solves the problem. So you don't have to try and roll them over. So you're on Talk Talk with Shanti Nevin and David Lofi. Tonight's subject is sleeping with someone, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Adjusting to having someone in your bed. I mean, it could be a person, a dog, a cat. I once had 2 dogs in my bed. It was really kind of interesting, vying for space. And your legs get, where do your
I
legs?
had 3 dogs, and the ex would kick the dogs off the bed at night. But by the morning, all 3 of them were on the bed on my side. So they're like all squeezed in on me. 2 of them, the 2 little ones are between my legs, and the big one's like laying right close to me.
Always go between your legs, and then you land up pinned. Your legs wide open.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's been, I sleep on my side too, but somehow I got to where I was sleeping on my back with the dogs.
Yeah, like one in one armpit, one between your legs. That has happened to me as well.
Every
Kathy,
morning.
working men are hot. And I agree, Kathy. You and I got to say, even if you've got a man who's not necessarily a working man, but then he comes home and he works, paints the house or does something on the roof or goes and fixes the car and he comes in, it's like, oh, have at me, baby.
Well, it looks like Tanya Griggs is with you.
Good. Do men or women have something that way to bed that signals not tonight? I don't think so, John, because I think here's the difference between a man and a woman. A man is ready at all times. Let's just put it this way. All you have to do is a certain thing and like, bing.
John, I've got the secret.
No,
Go back to a show we had a few weeks ago. All has to do with the calendar.
You're going to get into trouble, though, for you. Lucky none of
I am going to get in trouble for that one. So
Sophie actually keeps a calendar with my times. It's actually, that's how bad it is. So here's the secret. Wait a minute. It's got nothing to do with the calendar at other times. I maintain, boys, and this is something you got to learn. Women they're not just in the mood at all times like you boys are. They're just not. So they need, like, for example, if a woman's pissed, that's going to be no tonight.
Oh, yeah. What?
Men might say, you know what, I'm pissed
I thought that was opposite. If she's pissed, it's like, hey, it's on.
Oh, come on, that's in the movies. If she's really pissed, it's off, right? But and you guys just want to have sex so that you can let off steam and get over. But she's like, get away from me. So the thing with a woman is you have to do stuff like she's standing at the kitchen and you kiss her on the neck or shoulder, and you have to warm her up, guys. But also, if you know your woman well, there's a certain something that, for example, with me, that you just have to do. I could be fully dressed with a scarf on and a woolly cap on. I could literally be every part of my body covered. And there'd be something that you could do if the only person intimate with me would know. And that's it. I turn into a raging tigress. Clothes will come off, flying off. So I don't think there is such a thing as a stay away if you know what you're doing, right?
All right. So Mary Kiefer, she says she likes to sleep in a tank top and boy short panties. Do boys short panties? Do boys have short
Very
panties?
cute. That sounds, I think there's a lot of men going, hubba, hubba.
What's a boy short panties? Boys have short panties?
You know what she means is those ones that are not like the thongs. They've got the wider side. They're kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's very
like Hooters.
If you've got the body for it. If you haven't, well, if you've got the body for it, that's very sexy.
And then she's a side sleeper, and recently I've been sleeping with a pillow on the opposite side to spoon.
I actually cuddle my blankets like it's somebody else. And then Michael Kelly, I think this is hilarious. Why is it that women are always so hot? Well, thank you, Michael. Wait, I'll finish the sentence.
Yeah, I didn't finish.
I want to smother you in cuddles.
Why? I don't know.
I don't think I'm heat temperature-wise too hot. Never had a complaint.
Hot and want to smother you in cuddles. Well, it looks like Michael's kind of like Gary. He doesn't really like that.
He's just got a lower.
That's okay. I mean, I personally like to cuddle. I like the cuddling and the affection and all that while you're sleeping. So
yeah,
that's always been. I've never had anybody except for one girlfriend who didn't like that at all.
Well, your brother Daniel Lofi says he has 3 girls and 2 guys that sleep with him.
Okay, let's just. He's talking about also. He's coming here next week, and he's talking about coming and meeting the girl or guy that I'm with. I'm like, what? What girl or guy? Who are you talking about?
That's really worrying. He doesn't know if you're with a girl or guy.
Yeah.
Jen-
So Janelle Tass says she put a pillow over her spouse's head when he snores loudly. So I posted something where it's like, hey, how to cure snoring. Put the pillow firmly over their face until they stop snoring. Then delete this message.
Tanya Long Greg says men are like microwaves, ready in seconds. That's so true. And what would you compare us to? Women are like crackpots, like crackpots.
They take long. I don't know. Maybe a crackpot's like
Crockpot. It's a
crockpot.
I thought you were smoking crack. Like
They take longer. My brother says I'm digging a hole.
okay, Michael Kelly says cutting is great, sweating through the night is not sexy. I don't sweat, so it's okay. Ladies don't sweat, Michael. They glow.
Yeah, well, Tanya Griggs says that men are like microwaves, ready in seconds. Women are like, oh, wait, that's crackpots. Oh, I'm sorry, you did read that one. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down a little bit.
Okay, perfect proof.
I had to go back up because you.
Men do not listen. It's just absolutely
What's that?
right there.
Did you say something? You keep like missing.
What about stroking hair? One liked, one hated. Oh, okay, Brian, you've just stumbled onto my absolute thing. If somebody strokes my hair, I'm in heaven. In heaven, especially if, I go
I'm
to
like, don't touch my hair.
I know my son's
I'm
like
kidding.
too. He doesn't like touching.
No, actually, I like a woman's nails through my hair.
My last ex used to come and lie between my legs when we'd watch television because he just had head scratch. He loved me doing his head scratches. It's in heaven. Okay, so Manuel Pena says, some glow so bright they are nuclear.
Right. Right.
So we need to hear some more stories from you guys. I know people are a little bit slow on their stories because nobody wants to share their bedroom secrets. We want to know things like how you sleep. Do you have nightmares? Do you sleepwalk? Do you take sleep aids? Do you have cures for snoring?
So I have a story.
You have a story?
So this friend of mine, they're newly married, and he told her when they got married, I'm going to tell you when I'm going to come home. I'm going to hang out with my friends when I want. I'm going to go hunting, fishing, hanging out with my guy friends whenever I want. She simply said to him, well, that's all fine, but there's going to be sex in this house at 7:00 prompt if you're here or not.
That's a good one.
And he changed his whole story.
I bet you he was home by 7:00 every night.
Every night he was home at 7:00.
Okay, David.
Yeah, so we were here live on Talk with Shanti Niven and David Lofi. Catch us on YouTube, our channel, Real Talk, our show. Share, like, and invite.
Okay, so I love this. Daniel, you know what? I've missed you. I really have missed you in the last couple of weeks. And he says, David, you're digging a hole. And he's quite right. You're digging a big hole for yourself earlier on there.
That was a long time ago. You didn't.
Oh, no. So now I know I missed that. Okay, I think you should be reading the boys and I'll be reading the girls. How's that? Because I've got.
Well, Janelle Taff wants to know what my bad habits are. But I have no bad habits.
Okay, I happen to know what his bad habits are on the bedroom, not because I've been in the bedroom with him. We'll just release that straight away. We are besties, but we've never actually been in slept. I mean,
right.
He has slept at my house though.
Huh?
You've slept at my house though, so I've seen them.
But so what's my bad habits?
Well, the first thing is that you
I snore.
You do snore. It's so funny. Your mouth opens wide. You're like.
Only when I'm on my back. My dogs don't mind it.
You sleep like a dead person. We were having games. We were laughing at you. We were tucking your toes. We were doing all sorts of things. You're just like.
You and my kid. Oh Oh, that's funny.
We were playing fun, babe. We were just having so much fun, and you were not waking up at all. But the funny thing is if you're on guard, you get into a guard sort of mindset, right? You've done it. You wake up on a really weird. Okay, Quentin was saying something.
Yeah, if I get on guard, it's different. Yeah, if it depends on my mindset.
Mary says, I love to softly scratch or tickle my boyfriend's body head to toe. Oh my God, this is a good catch, boys.
So, well, Quentin says that one time he ate some bad food and he had a real bad reaction to it and ended up in coma. And I slept until Princess kissed me. Kissed me. No, wait. That was seeing Sleeping Beauty. Yes, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, they chose the wrong actor for that show. Sorry, Quentin.
Yeah, you should have done it. You should have been.
Jan says curing a cure for snoring and sleep apnea. Mouth taping. It actually works. The tape is specially made not to tear your lips off.
Right.
Prevents the jaw from falling backward, which is the main source of snoring, and I'm sure also prevents the sound from coming out. That's a great idea. How do you tape up Lofi's mouth when it's got hair all around it?
Duct tape. So you tape it from here to here.
Judy says Ben snores, but as long as I go to bed before him, I'm fine. So you could. That's a very good tip, by the way. Get to sleep before the snorer.
Yeah, there you go. Get the tip.
Oh,
I thought.
Manuel says we painted David's face once when he was working graveyards. Really? What did you do, Manuel? Tell us the story. What did you paint his face?
Oh, we got some army stories. So, a buddy, this guy who was playing tricks on me. He'd do something to me, and I'd do something to him. Well, we'd done it. They'd done it before, somewhere else with the ours, Dan. And but with this guy, I put a condom hanging out of his mouth, like he snorted. He's like this. And then I took a picture of the flash. He woke up. He's like, "Dick," Mean things.
There used to be a thing that if you poured liquid while somebody's sleeping, I don't know if that works. You can make them pee their bed.
Yeah, put their hand in hot water, isn't it?
Oh, the warm water, not
warm
hot.
Water, yeah, not hot.
Hey, but that would wake them up immediately, scalding water. Ah!
Yeah. I'm awake and peeing myself.
Okay, so
right.
She said, when I first got married, this is Jan Riston, we rented a basement apartment from a really nice couple of gentlemen. Their bedroom was right above ours, so I had to get used to 3 snorers. If I didn't get to sleep first, I might as well get up. New marriage or no sleep. Tough.
Or no sleep, yeah. So, wow. So that was weird. I mean, she could hear them all the way through the ceiling, I guess, huh?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Now, the other thing is, what about bed hogs, the bedclothes hogs? And they were saying that, you think women are the weakest sex until you try to pull the blankets away from them.
Oh, women are bed hogs.
What?
Yep, I'll tell you that. I mean, with just the blankets or sheets, they're just like, every woman I've ever been with is like that. They're just like, I'm warm.
Well, you know what I don't understand is sleeping alone, I could take a photograph of my bed tomorrow morning. When I wake up, I literally sleep on the edge, and my whole bed is absolutely perfect except for that little edge, and I'm just in like a little, you know what I mean? There's just like this little thing where I slept, and I sleep out, and I can just pull my bed sheets, and it's like I haven't even been in the bed. But if I'm with a man, the next morning, I don't even know what all the bed sheets look like they've been in a tumble dryer. What is the story?
I don't know. That's interesting.
That is interesting. Well, I just realized what that sounds like, so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah. So did I realize what you're saying.
I've got such mouth.
Naughty Devin comes out.
I know.
Danielle Tass says she talks in her sleep sometimes. Anyone else here do it? Is anybody else here talking in her sleep?
Okay. Loaf. When I was married to Gary again, he used to have conversations with me in my sleep, but he was so naughty with it. He'd say things like, apparently one night I woke up and I said, there's butter on the runway. That's how you guys say butter,
Yeah.
Butter on the runway. And he said, oh my God, we're not going to be able to take off. And I said, yes, I know. And I was having this whole conversation, which was ridiculous.
My kids did that to me.
Oh,
They had
yeah?
a conversation, yeah, where they had a whole conversation with me. They were laughing when I woke. I'm like, what are you laughing at? Well, you were talking to us in your sleep.
That's too funny. I know, you can have a total
Yeah,
conversation.
holy
And the other thing
cow.
I do sometimes is sleepwalk,
Yeah,
which is weird, kind of disturbing.
right,
Don't get in the car and go for a drive in my sleep. That would be really scary.
right.
Uh, so,
Uh,
so I was thinking about getting up in the morning. How do you get up in the morning? Tell us, everybody, how do you get out of bed? Do you use your alarm? What are your rituals for getting up in the morning?
I'll tell you, I get up with my alarm, and sometimes I wake up before my alarm. And a lot of times I just get up. I don't lay in bed. I'm awake.
I've got a great idea because I sleep through alarms. I just think I'm programmed to just kind of switch it off and I sleep through it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we should have an alarm that sounds like a cat vomiting.
Or a dog, right? Sounds like your dog vomiting. You're like, oh, what are you doing?
And like nothing will get you out of bed faster than that. The sound of
Right.
someone vomiting. And yeah, talking about that, I once had this is a true story. My brother-in-law was sleeping on Christmas Day on the floor in a carpet in our bed, in our living room. He was sleeping on the floor with his head against the side of the sofa. Everyone after lunch stuffed. And he's going, there he is snoring. Our cat was sitting on the edge of the sofa on the arm. And the next thing the cat went, and hacked up a hairball, which then went straight into his mouth. I've never seen anybody elevate. I mean, I saw somebody.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That is so gross.
Actually, when they say that people can't do this, where they like literally take off from the ground, he did. He did that. Seriously. Never seen anything like it.
I had a video I posted in this dog farts and the cat throws up.
I saw that one.
That's so gross. I was like, it's gross.
Okay, here's a good one. So Quentin was asking about sleepwalking. We're getting a bit behind. Dan says, I laugh in my sleep,
Yeah.
wake myself up with the noise, and then have to laugh again to make sure it was my voice that woke me.
Kathy Schaefer denies that she's a blanket hug.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I never met a woman who's not like that. She said she'd fall on the floor from being scooted over. I don't know.
Oh, this is a good story. One night, my sister and I saw a musical, then shared a hotel room. And in the middle of the night, I woke up to find her on my bed, fist cocked, ready to clock me. Turns out I've been singing Cole Porter songs at the top of my lungs.
Oh, no.
Naomi says, I've carried on conversations in my sleep and had my son not told me, I wouldn't have believed it. Yeah, I also didn't believe it until my family recorded my conversations. And I was like, oh my God. When you worry about what it is you're going to say.
Right.
So Tanya says she's 5'4" with a California king size bed.
Mm-hmm.
One small section of it.
She sleeps on one side.
Right.
One small section of it. Unless she's restless, then she rolls around and even sleeps on the other side or side to side. But normally the pillows and extra blankets get 3/4 of the bed. Interesting. So my dogs kind of keep me. They're
They kind of pin you down, right?
when I wake up, yeah, they're pushing me off. They're like right up on me. Got a big dog and a little dog, so.
Well, you're on Talk with Shanti Niven and David Murphy, and tonight we're talking about sleeping with someone, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want to hear your stories about sleeping. I think we could actually do another whole show because there's so much that I haven't shared. I wanted to talk about all sorts of things to do with sleep, and if people have difficulty going to sleep, like me, have insomnia, night terrors. We want to talk about all sorts of things like that. What do you do in those instances?
The light room, dark room.
Light room, dark room, curtains. My ex-husband liked to have the curtains open. I like it
on your body.
Hmm?
I've had a girlfriend do that, put cold feet on my body. I'm like, well, what are you doing?
Right, I know.
Well, like, don't do that.
You're a man. You should allow her to warm her feet on your butt. I mean, these poor cold frozen feet. And you know what? When you're in love, you do allow it until you get married a few years, and then you're like, ah.
Yeah, no. Let me get you some more blankets. Mary Kiefert says she has to set an alarm, but I've been waking up before my alarm now, what she says now. So, and then Mayo Pena sets an Alexa to turn on the TV, then the radio.
Oh, that's good. That's a clever idea.
Yeah. Then Jessica Lynn, I use my alarm. Tim Banford, I use my alarm on my cell phone. Have to snooze, go off every 10 minutes for a half hour, so I gradually wake up.
Now, I want to share a story, a little bit on the more serious side. I know we all like to have fun. There was a case, I don't know where the details of it now, but I remember there was a case of a man married to a woman who had sex with her while she was asleep, and then she charged him with rape. And meanwhile, I was kind of thinking if it was the other way around. If you were asleep, David, and your other half was in bed with you, and then stimulates you, and then had sex with you while you're asleep, are you going to call rape? Or
No, that's not right. Men don't get raped. Significant other.
But I thought that was really bizarre. I'm thinking
That's rape.
her whole thing was rape was because she had not said yes, and he had not had her permission. It was a whole
Well,
thing.
if they're together, I mean, I think that's kind of like
I thought
what?
that was really bizarre. I think that's a great way to wake up.
I think that's really bizarre. Yeah,
I think it's a really great way to wake up if you're, anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, Jan Riston says her parents shared dreams of spotting a cowboy in a corral. Will have to be a posted story. Why is that? Too long for her.
Oh, too long for here. We have to hear the story, or we're going to have another show on sleeping.
Yeah, you got to tell. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Turkey butt. Frozen turkey butt. What is that, John White?
She's got a really cold butt.
Oh.
She nestles a little butt into your crotch and it's cold.
So Jan Riston, how does she have a dozen paws walking? How many dogs or cats does she have? Jill Best, I must sleep in complete darkness and no TV on ever. Okay. That was another thing. I like the TV on. I did. I used to like TV on. Now it's like I don't really. My TV on is never on in my house ever. But I used to fall asleep watching Seinfeld, which came on, late at night, and I got kind of used to that for a while. But now I don't have a TV on at all. So that's very weird.
Yeah, with me, TV does make me sleep. If I'm watching TV and I'm trying to stay awake, I will just go clunk. It's the weirdest thing because you know me, Lofi. I'm a night owl, second to none. I start waking up at 10 o'clock at night. So, and I had one stage of keeping him awake a lot. So I'm up at 10 o'clock. I'm going till 12. I mean, sometimes I have to really force myself to sleep, and I will go until 2, 3 in the morning. But struggle to get up early morning, even though I sort of force myself to do so. But I get in front of a TV and it's just clink.
Yeah.
That's what it is, like an old person, right?
I actually, I get in front of a TV. I pretty much, I don't know. I'll watch a show or something, but I rarely watch TV anymore. When I was a kid, I used to watch TV all the time. So my TV, there's no TVs on in my house now.
Jan Riston says, how's your maths, David? What's 12 divided by 4?
What is 12 divided by 4?
You were talking about 12.
You'll have to figure out how many threes there
12
are.
divided by 4 is 3.
Well, I know, but all of them. No. She said dozens.
No, she said a dozen.
Did she say dozen? Let me go back here.
Oh, no. By the way, dude.
Pause. Okay.
David Lofi has just revealed something that I know about him that he doesn't often show, and that is that he's incredibly competitive.
Me? Never.
Oh, that sweet little cherubic smile hides.
I'm pretty.
He loves to be right. He loves it. You know what's really cool though about our friendship, I must say? We have our arguments and our little tiffs, don't we, love?
Yeah. Danny says we get that from our dad. Our dad used to like the TV on.
And we're about to have a tiff in a second because he's not listening to me.
I'm trying to get through all these people. We're running.
Okay, I'm just telling a story quickly. Oh. So we will have a tiff, but here's the really great thing about it is that, and most of the tiffs are around being competitive. So we'll have this tiff about something, and he's right, and I'm right, and whatever. But what's really great about it is when we finished, 5-10 minutes later, right, most of the time, it's finished. And then sometimes I just don't even remember what it was about, like 10 minutes later or half an hour later. I think that's the way we need to deal with arguments. When it's over, right?
I don't remember either. One of my exes used to get mad at me because I used to be able to walk out and then walk back in like nothing happened. But I forgot all about it.
Just by the way, everybody, for the record, this is all the one and the same ex. He's just trying to be.
That's not true.
It is. It is
It
because
is
I
not
know
true.
all your stories.
It is not true. That's not true. Not all my stories.
Oh, he says, oh, and the really weird thing is this horrible person.
Don't say that.
Okay, he doesn't like. She's not. Okay.
She's a person. So Jeffrey Koistra says, I hate sleeping when it's too quiet. Put on the music all night long. He likes the music on. Quentin Morales says, for some people, if you watch electronics immediately before bed, it stimulates your brain and it's harder to fall asleep. I don't. Yeah, I guess. I don't.
Well,
Yeah, I used to fall asleep until the internet came along.
Yeah,
and
Judy says, I keep the TV on, but volume off. I need some light. I can't sleep in darkness. Now, you see, that's the exact opposite to me. I like, if I could have it so pitch dark that I can't see a hand in front of my face, I would do that. I have blockout curtains. I have even the little light on. I have a extractor fan that purifies the air. So it just has that it sort of deadens the noise, right?
Yeah.
Back on that, I always put a sock over it. I don't
Janelle asks me about football on TV. For TV, and I'm like, well, yeah, I watch football, but I'll stay away from that. But I don't watch all the games. I really kind of watch my team lose this year.
Oh, that must be hard.
We're losing every game. So
Shanti Niven, David Lofi is correct. I knew most of his exes. I know, but I know. Listen,
yep.
Emmanuel, I know you're his male bestie, and we're going to get competitive here. But I think in the time I've known David,
I can't let go quickly. I need to decompress.
You know what?
Was I talking over you? So tequila is the answer, Daniel says. Daniel doesn't drink, but tequila works. Yeah. I actually fall asleep really like that. When I fall asleep, I'm out.
Wait a minute. Did he say tequila, or did our producer get it wrong and he said to kill her?
No, it's tequila.
Here's the answer.
His wife sleeps in another room.
Because otherwise he'll kill her.
Or she'll kill him. Keep snoring. Right?
I hope my mother listens into the show because my mom.
Actually, I didn't think about that. They're coming here next week. I do have 2 rooms with they could each have their own room. It's fine.
I thought I was invited too.
All right. That's fine. I got another room.
You didn't invite me. You did.
I did. I have another room with another bed. Yeah.
Just make me freak out. And I was like, oh, because David's never done Thanksgiving. Now he's going to cook turkey and.
I wish I had my talk apron. I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, by the way, folks, we are very, very soon going to make our gear, t-shirts and all that kind of stuff available from a company called Teespring, where you'll be able to order directly, because everybody's asking us about our logo on t-shirts and they want different things and they want to kind of identify with our Talk logo and stuff. So you'll be able to order directly from the company. Just have to submit the designs. We'll do that very, very soon and let you know.
Yep. So Bonnie West, she likes to sleep with the TV on or likes to have background noises and like a thunderstorm. She'll turn all that off.
My best, Bonnie. Oh, that is my best. Sleeping during rain. Isn't that?
Yeah, it is pretty cool with like the window open. You can hear it.
Oh, and the smell of ozone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the smell of ozone.
That is so nice. What?
Wear a mask or a bag. What?
Quentin.
What are you talking about?
Oh, to block out the light.
Daniel says he doesn't drink, he consumes. All right.
I love you, Daniel. Oh dear.
I don't drink either.
Yeah. I do have those.
I'm on the wagon.
Those sleeping masks that you wear, but I don't know why I have to turn or something like that. And it just isn't right. So I like to have a dark room. So but anyway, we're getting now to the end. In fact, we are at the end of our show.
Oh, we are at the end of the show.
Sleeping with someone. We didn't even get through all the stuff we had to share.
Choosing which side of the bed, cold feet, they look completely hanky. Oh, we covered that. Reading in bed.
I love reading in bed. Blah, 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 blah.
Sheets and bed covers. Makeup in bed.
Oh, that's
Grinding,
one thing, girls.
drooling,
Ladies, remove your makeup. Remove your makeup before bed. Not good for your pores.
grinding teeth, drooling. Only when you like spooning, then you can drool. Heat difference, women in menopause.
Excuse me? Did you say, what did you say? All right, he's just saying
Eating, yes.
it's called menopause for a purpose. You're supposed to pause.
Menopause.
All right, well, it's been so much fun, Loaf. And thank you, folks. It's 7:01 already, 7:02. We've run out of time. We have so much to discuss, and so maybe we'll pick the subject up again. But next week, what are we talking about next week? We had a subject already.
Oh.
Cheaters. We're talking next week about cheaters, about cheating in a
right.
relationship and cheaters. And
I'm looking at the list right
we're
now.
going to talk about why people cheat. So we want to hear your stories about that. Why do people cheat? Sometimes the most beautiful women and men in the world have partners that cheat on them, and it's something that's really extraordinary. Why do people cheat? So we want to hear your stories. We want to hear your thoughts.
Bullying between the sexes is the week after that.
Yeah, the week after that, we're going to be talking about bullying, which very often happens. Yeah, bullying that happens between.
We should really, next week is like Thanksgiving.
The actual show day?
No, it's the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about, that was supposed to be, it is the Cheetah's show next week.
It is, but maybe I didn't even think about that. Maybe we shouldn't do that next week.
Why?
How do relationships opposite attract, but how does it work?
I'll tell you what, Lofi, we've got to end the show at 7:03. So we will say goodbye.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we got to go.
And we will announce very, very soon when and what our next show title will be. And maybe we do need to have something a little bit more thankful on Thanksgiving. And we get cheaters at the next show. Let us know what you think. Continue. There is a thread on Talk, so you let us know your subject. It's a unit, that your topic for suggestions, anything you want us to talk about, we're here for you. And we are also going to be starting very soon with having guests on the show, guest experts. And I've got a real coup for you in that I have one of LA's top promoters going to be coming on as a guest to our show. His name's Ryan Long. He actually runs the biggest event around the time of the Oscars. He runs all of these huge events. He's a great person to have on, and I consider it a great coup. He's a good friend of mine, and we'll be interviewing him very soon. So if you're interested in being interviewed, you think you have something valuable to say, let us know. It's going to be a completely different format for this show. All right?
It's going to be a secondary show.
Secondary show will run probably during the day. We'll do a pre-recorded. It's not going to be live.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you. Go to the event in Fresno Saturday. Meet Lofi.
Yeah, Saturday in Fresno. We have about 14 people confirmed, and so that's probably going to be maybe like even 25 people. Maybe the last time we had about 10 people, and we had who were confirmed 8 people, I think, confirmed, and we had like 15. I think total 17 people came and went. But it's at the Yellow Mug Coffee, 1137 East Champlain Drive in Fresno, from 10 o'clock to noon. And we may stay a little bit longer, but we'll see you there. If you're in the Fresno area, stop by.
And Lofi, what you can maybe do is zoom me in. We could maybe zoom in, and I could do a little bit of face on stage. I'll do the event in Santa Monica, and anybody who's interested in coming to see me speak at the Santa Monica event, I will be sharing very soon how you can get tickets for that event. I'll be speaking with people like Richard Dreyfuss. And
tickets like $10,000.
I have no idea.
I think they're pretty pricey. I think that's an expensive event.
Thanks again for joining us, and you've been on Talk Talk.
All right, thanks. Bye.